Stop and think for a moment. When was the last time you saw the night sky? How many stars did you see? 10, 5, 20? If you're like me and live in a more urban setting, then chances are your number's probably pretty low. And as sad as that is, the impact to your health is much more severe. My name is Sam Pankey. I'm here to inform you today about the impacts of light pollution on our environment, wildlife, and you. The majority of the information I'll be presenting today comes from the IDA, the International Dark Skies Association. They are the leading experts in the field of light pollution. As well, I've used a handful of medical journals from the American Medical Association to help me outline the effects of light pollution on our bodies. But without further ado, let's shine some light on light pollution. What is light pollution? I'm sure you're aware of the other forms of pollution, water, soil, air, but light pollution is just as important. According to the IDA, light pollution is the man-made alteration of naturally occurring light levels. Over the last 200 years, we have become increasingly reliant on artificial lighting. Because of that, it makes it almost impossible to pinpoint one source of the issue. And it wasn't until the 1960s, during the first space missions, manned space missions, that we started to realize our impact we were having when they looked down and saw the night sky lit up. Now, let's discuss the impacts of this rogue lighting. You see the light, but there's something we aren't thinking about. Where is it coming from? It has to be powered, and all of that power has to come from somewhere. The IDA speculates that in the US alone, over 120 billion kilowatts are used per year to power outdoor lighting alone. Of that, 30% is wasted. For reference, the average American home only uses 10,500 kilowatts per year. That's that sliver right there that you can't even see. Besides the effects on global warming, there are adverse effects on wildlife as well. Since the beginning of time here on our planet, life has evolved and grown to one constant. The sun rises in the morning and sets at night, and life has evolved around that. Animals, like smaller insects, use the sun as a way to navigate throughout their day. It tells them which way is up. Migratory birds as well, they use the stars to navigate through their migration patterns. Hatchling sea turtles use the reflection and the brightness of the night sky to navigate towards the ocean. And without a defined day and night cycle, wildlife suffers. So, we've talked about the impacts on our planet and wildlife, but what about us? According to a study published in 2016 from Science Advances, 99% of people in the US and the EU live under light-polluted skies. This is a serious detriment to your health. Not only mentally, but physically as well. Any amount of light throughout the night reduces your intake of melatonin, especially blue light, which is becoming even more apparent and common with LED lights. A study done in 2016 found a connection between artificial lighting and a obviously higher risk of sleep issues, as well as a higher risk of obesity. Another study published by the American Medical Association in 2012 found a link between lower melatonin levels and a higher risk of cancer. In closing, the effects of light pollution are much broader than what we might anticipate. Today we discuss the effects of artificial lighting on our environment, on wildlife, and on us. Don't leave here today with a feeling of hopelessness or disdain towards artificial lighting, but instead a shimmer of hope. Thank you.